Hey everyone, Asha here from Garden Days. It is such a beautiful day. We thought we would go ahead and get some of our patio furniture out. We do have some other sitting areas that we are going to work on, but the deck is where we hang out the most, so we're working on this first. Thankfully, I have Jeff's help, so the furniture is easy to get in place. We gotta get everything uncovered and rolled up. We put all the covers in the patio storage box. Next, I'll be putting out the 2 fire pits. This is another place we like to hang out at night. Next is one of my newest and favorite sitting spots on the property. This spot was the last place I decorated at the end of the year. Now, as far as this furniture goes, I'm just trying to get everything out and in place. I'm not sure if this is exactly how it's going to stay. I do have some thoughts in mind, so there might be some things that I rearrange, but for now, we're just going to put it like it was last year. Okay, now that we've got all the patio furniture done, it's time to do a bit of weeding. Now, when I bought this property, I was like, yay, it's in the desert. I won't have to weed or mow grass, but actually I found that's not the case. I still have to do both of those things, but not as much as if I lived on the East Coast. I find weeding sometimes a relaxing thing. And off to the compost bins the weeds go. Here I'm pulling up the tulips, and they do come back for us year after year. Although I don't want them spread about the garden like I have, just kind of mishapped and no organization. I want to kind of organize it and make little patches of tulips. I think that'll look better in the garden. Then this clip, we flash back to when I first got back to the property. Now, this area I usually do in red, but I thought I would change it up this season and do a blue, because there is a blue in the carpet, so I thought it would be nice to have something a little different. And I really do like the color change with the accents of red here and there. And here I am adding the umbrella. I always think this is the finishing touch. Definitely makes the space feel more comfy. Now, other than my vegetable garden, which will be a video on its own, this will be the last garden that I need to clean up, hopefully, and also address this sitting area that I have here. that's right by my rig. There's definitely a lot more weeds and grass that I had to pull than I thought there would be. Oof, that was a lot of work, but I really do like it. And I do like this umbrella. It's much bigger than the other one was. It actually encompasses the area and shades it better than the other one did. Yeah, it's much bigger, and it also is tiltable. You can tilt it in the direction of the sun. So another thing I added was this fireplace. This belongs usually over with the other one because we had 3 of them, but this one didn't match the ones that were over there. So I thought it might be a nice change to have it over here and a little fire going if we want something casual. And I did go to town and I bought some plants for this area, which I'll probably get planted out. Some for these pots here. I added accent pillows into this area. Yeah, I really like it. And since it's by my rig, and I had thought about changing my location of where I park my RV, but I just think it's going to be too much work over there. If you haven't seen that video, go check out on my other channel where I talk about that. But yeah, so I'm probably going to just keep my rig right where it is. And I got a couple suggestions saying I should do so. And I agree. And plus, it's right next to this awesome area that I just did. Right, Mumu? Mumu likes it. She approves. In my travels, I did see a lot of different gardens, but I really enjoyed the look of the Japanese gardens, the different evergreens and different textures and colors. So in these 2 pots here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna add these evergreens. I actually think this is a holly. I'm not sure if it's an evergreen, but I just like the plant. Actually, it's Blueprints and Princess Holly. I don't see if it says it's evergreen. Usually they are somewhat. They do lose some leaves. I'm going to add in some ivy and chicks and hens just because they're drought tolerant. They'll do well in my area. That's what I'll put in these 2 pots up here. And I haven't decided on these pots, but I think I'm going to do a stack pot on the lower ones down there. I'm going to fill these ones with soil and then stack those on top of it and do a double planting. Okie dokie. I'm ready to get this pot planted out. Let me move this aside for now. Are you comfy, Mumu? Yes, yes. You look super comfy. Okay. So, let me move these for now and clean this off. I think this is dead. I tried to replant it in here and see if it would come back, but I don't think it's going to. So we'll just go ahead and remove that. Put it there for now. And clean up some of this mess here. Just sprinkle it into the garden. Oh, I missed the tulip bulb. Okay, so yeah, I want to get these 3 planted in, but I usually add this steer manure in. I have added it into my garden for several years now. That's why I have earthworms. I actually left a bag of this out one winter. This is an old bag as well. And when I opened it, I found earthworms in it. Okay, let me take some of this out and mix the soil. Oh, is that another tulip? It is. They're just everywhere. Tulip bulbs. Okay. Let me pour a little into here. Pour a little into here. I don't see any earthworms. Oh, another tulip bulb. Wow. Okay. Oh, and another one. All right. That should be good. Okay, I'm going to place them first, see where I want them and how I like them. That might be cool back there. I kind of want this to drape over. See how it's already starting to drape over? I think that'll look really nice. Maybe, no. Yeah, let's do it kind of like that. Perfect. I think that'll look good. Okay, let's go ahead and get these gloves off for a second. Okay, this will be the first one that I do. Oh, actually, you know, it's kind of pokey. Maybe I should have left my gloves on. Well, we'll just grin and bear it. Okay. So we'll do that one here. Ooh, yeah, that's really pokey. And I'll fill that in with other dirt. This one's gonna be here. Gotta get these tags off as well. Oh, this one's really pokey. This one is a juniper as well. That one's more upright. I'll do that one more upright as well. Wait, you know what? I think I'll do that one kind of like that. Yeah, that's better. And give them some room to fill out. This does not have drain holes, so I want to go ahead and add that in. So it'll drain properly. Perfect. I had gotten loads of this lava rock, and there's just big patches of it here and there. So that's what I'm going to add to the bottom for a better drainage, so the drain holes don't get clogged up. Oh, that should be good enough. Okay. I'm going to add a little more of this into this soil. I did mix in a little bit of native soil. There was some already in the bottom of this pot. Okay, this goes here. It's blue holly. Mature size gets 8 to 10 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide. I'm hoping that since it's in a container, we're in the desert, and I'll keep it pruned back, that I can keep it in this pot for several years. And if not, I can always change it out at a later time and just plant this somewhere in the garden. But I think it'll work, and it'll fill out this pot quite nicely. Try not to get poked by it, but it's a younger plant, so the leaves aren't as pokey. That should be good. Doesn't seem root bound at all. Yeah, because it's such a young plant. I might have to add in a little more soil at the top. And then I'll probably put the lava rock on the top as well. Okay. Oh, there goes my screen door. Yeah, that's gonna work perfect. Okie dokie. Plus it'll help keep the moisture in, because this doesn't have as much coverage as this does. My dog Moo is just comfy cozy. Look at it, she's passed out. Is it nice under the umbrella, Moo? I changed my mind. I did get some lava rock for this as well. I think it kind of just finishes it off and makes it look better. Not to mention, we are in the desert, and bare soil is not good soil. Dries out really quickly here in the desert. Cover your soil, I was always taught. So that's what I did. And at a later time, if I need to add soil, I can always pull the rock up. It's no biggie. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Okay, I've got to do these pots, but first, there's no drainage holes. I was able to do this one without breaking it, thankfully. So, I know it's usually better to add water while you're doing this, but I feel like it's working, so. And I didn't have to do that with the other one. Now, if it was a thicker ceramic pot, I probably would add water because it heats up pretty bad. But since it's just terracotta and it's not painted, I wonder if this is where I should have drilled it, because there's a little thing there. Oh well. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted those to be able to drain. And then I'll put some rock at the bottom of these too. Before I just put pots in them and then just dumped them out when they got full. It was kind of good because it held the water and I didn't have to water them as often, but I'm putting in the chicks and hens in this one, so if they need good drainage. I don't think they like to be soppy wet, so, and they don't need a lot of water. Okay, one done. Now I have to do the other one and then plant them both out. Okay, let's see if I can do this without causing such a huge mess. Ugh. Let me put this over for a second. I'll plant it kind of high since it is a succulent and it likes drier soil. Okay, that should be good, and that should actually fill that out, hopefully, and survive the winter. These are pretty cold hardy. Okay, let's put it in its spot. Awesome. I hope that fills out pretty nicely and it likes its spot. It's a pretty sunny location, so. Okay, let's work on the next one. I'll go ahead and put that there. Try to get this as close as I can to one edge so it can expand out this way. Ooh, what's that? Okay, and put these in. I don't know if I actually explained this. I have a video where we install this. My friend calls it the fishbowl. It does kind of remind me of fishbowl, except it doesn't have all sides covered. But the main reason I put these up was to prevent or to create a wind block, because it was really windy here when we first moved to the area, and it did help. So I'm glad I installed them. Plus I get to put these decorative things up. These are just decorative panels that I screwed in. And these are actually candle holders, and I just put pots in them. I think they look really nice. And my main goal for putting things on the glass is because we had one bird that actually flew into it and got hurt. But luckily it didn't die, it just was stunned. So that's why I put these panels up, just so birds could see the glass or there was an object there. So we haven't had that issue since. I bought these pots from Dollar General. They're pretty inexpensive. That one was 10 bucks and these were 5 bucks a piece. So $20, which I've spent on one pot before. They get pretty expensive. Gonna do the drill holes. These are the stacked pots, which ended up working out for the best. So I'm gonna stack the smaller one, which is actually a porcelain, but it already has the hole on top, and then double plant it. Okay. Move the rocks over there. Drain holes. I love this step bit. Works really good. Put half the rocks in here. That'll work. Ugh. Let's go ahead and fill this up. Old roots and everything, because they'll eventually decay or break down and feed the soil. Oh, I did mix the steer manure with it. Some people are like, well, won't that rob the nitrogen? I don't think it will. Plus there's steer manure, which is high in nitrogen. I'm gonna put the ivy on the bottom, which I think will spread. Then I'm gonna put some kind of evergreen. I might actually try to go dig up some native plants, because we have tons of plants out there on the property that are native, and that would work in these planter pots. Okay, that's that one. That's that one. I think I'm gonna add some lava rock to the top, just for a better base for the other pots. And hopefully that ivy will spread nicely. Up, 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 up. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? I probably should get a razor blade and take those tags off. Yes, perfect. Now, where's that tag? I'll do that until I can remove that. I do have that peppermint growing here. I could put a little bit of that at the bottom. That might look nice, and it will kind of fill out the bottom as well. Oh no, maybe I'll just leave it the ivy for now. Put the rock at the bottom of the pots for drainage. So let's go ahead and get those filled up, and I'll see if I can find some native plants to go in here. I have something in mind. Okay, time to grab a shovel. Let's see. This one will do. Oh wow, I was walking right by here and look, a red leaf lettuce growing on its own. No help, no water. That's cool. Oh, and this is, I think it's peas. Sugar snap peas or something. That's weird. It's growing right on the other side of the vegetable garden fence. Yep. This is gonna be in an upcoming video. I've got to completely clean this, and I'm gonna start planting in some veggie perennials. I don't believe I showed this in my other gardening video, but I used to have chickens. We had to rehome them because I have an automatic door there, and the snow was just completely blowing in. There was snow all up in the chicken coop, and I wasn't back here. My neighbors were watching them, and it was just becoming a very stressful situation. So I put a ad out, and someone came and got them. They had a rooster and other chickens, so I'm glad they found such a good home. But this is what I want to show you. Look, I put alfalfa down for the girls for the winter, and Lord, I have a lawn in there. It's just growing. I thought that was so neat. And you know, at a later time, I might get chickens, but right now with my travel plans and everything, and I'm not sure how my schedule is going to be here on the property, it's just not conducive. I was just very happy that I found the girls a good home, and also, you know, it's set up for chickens in the future. I won't have to do much other than address the snow getting into the chicken coop, but what I could do is I put this corrugated clear panel on the other side, because that's usually where the wind comes, but I didn't know in the winter it comes from this side, the west, and it blows right in. So maybe put more of that corrugated clear stuff here all the way around so it doesn't blow in as much. But that's for a way later project. I'm just glad I have a facility to raise chickens if I want to. I could use saltbush. It's very drought tolerant, and it keeps its leaves all winter long. I'd have to find a baby one. Oh, there's one right here. Oh, it's got a caterpillar on it. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I could use that. That would be neat. I had thought about using a cactus, but that's just so pokey. And in a sitting area, there's a baby one right there. But yeah, I just feel like if people bump into it, those spines will not be pleasant. It's fine out here, the wide open part of the property. Another interesting plant which needs to be sheared back, because these are all its flowers that it produces. Maybe I can find one that doesn't have all this. But this is evergreen as well. It keeps green color all winter long, as you can see in there. Well, other than the interesting flowers that dry on top. Here's one that doesn't have all the flowers on top. See how interesting it can be? And I don't know, you can almost make it look like a bonsai. It does have the nice wooden stalks, and it gets this nice lush green growth on it. But yeah, it's broomweed or snakeweed, I'm not sure, or horseweed. If I could find a small enough one, we do have these natural junipers, and when they're smaller like this, they're bush form. They do grow into big trees or big bushes like this, and they do grow wild on the property. But I think I might actually go with this instead. Well, maybe not this specific one. Well, yeah, I can always cut that out. I found two of these by the swale. These might be too big to dig up, and I'd have to shear them back. Oh, there's a small one over here. This one should work right here. The ground's not too hard. That was easy enough. Perfect. They're pretty tough plants. So I just need one more of those. Huh. This one looks good over here. Oh, the ground's harder right here. There we go. Okay. I think these will look pretty good in here. Definitely like a bonsai. All right, let's get them planted. Okay, one at a time. Let's get this one in first. I think that looks pretty good. I try to always keep my plant tags. I just stick them under a rock. That way, if I forget what it is, it's there for reference. Other than cleaning up and watering the plants in, I think everything turned out pretty good. So this is this little trio. Well, actually, there's 4. So I tucked the ivy in right here. That should spill over. And then this holly planted by itself. I need to take the tag off and put it underneath the pot or a rock so I can remember. And it's the 2-story pots. This is underplanted. I can't remember. This is a native as well, and it just comes back. I thought this was a penstemon, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is a penstemon, actually. I just want to go back to this climbing rose. It's on its 2nd year. I know I usually have to wait till year 3, but I can't wait until it just sprawls all over this kind of driftwood fence here. I love how these pots turned out. We've got the hens and chicks up here, and then the native. Then some ivy growing underneath. That should fill out this whole area, hopefully. That's the plan. Then I have thyme growing underneath, and my hope is that this will just spread as a ground cover all over this rocky area. It started at just a little bit right here, and it's already spread. This is this year 2 or 3? I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, I can always divide this up. It just makes a nice carpet, and it should get water because it doesn't need too much water. It should get enough water from this plant here, or these pots. Oh no, I forgot about these pots here. Ta-da! I just added a fresh coat of paint, and this already has sedum in it, and they're starting to come up, so I'll just have to be patient and wait for those to come up. This is penstemon I took from the garden. There was a lot of it, so it could be divided. There's a lot of it, so it could be divided, and look. Right here is the 4 o'clock. It's starting to come up. This will completely cover this whole area here and get purple flowers on it. Beautiful plant. It starts out kind of a dark color and then turns into a green. It almost reminds me of sedum a little bit. I'm glad everything is weeded to the most part because we are starting to get into warmer weather now and things will start to fill out. I actually was able to do my first watering of the whole garden with the rainwater collection. Yeah, it definitely looks much better weeded. The yarrow's starting to get fuller. We have the sedum. The butterfly bushes are starting to come up. Those were clipped back all the way. I'm letting these tulip bulbs dry out, but this is one of the patches that I'm going to do here. Oh, look it. One of our natives are blooming. This is the globe mallow. Aren't those cute little flowers? Yeah, this pops up everywhere. I don't have to do anything to this. Although it does like to be watered a little bit. It seems to have more blooms and does better than if I just leave it to the dry weather. And the other patch of tulips are going to be planted right here. Guess this is one thing I forgot to weed, is the gara here. If this pops back up, I'm going to plant a lot more of this because I love gara. It's very beautiful, in my opinion. It's just very wispy. There's different ones. I think this one is the white one, but there's also the one with a darker foliage and kind of dark pink blooms. Yeah, I hope that comes back. The yarrow is really starting to take off here. Look at that. This is just a native yarrow. It has white blooms, but I do also have a different yarrow in here. I have the yellow one, and I also have one that's kind of pinkish and yellow mixed. Oh, look at the clematis is coming up. Oh, and it has little blooms on it. This is the toki. It has beautiful, big white blooms. Oh, I'm excited. Now, this is completely different than it was Jeff and I had put everything back like it was. And then I decided I didn't like the flow of things because I have a lot of people that come and visit, usually towards the end of the season when my birthday is. And I like the sitting area to be kind of cohesive, if you get what I mean. So my friend Jimmy actually helped me rearrange things, and this is definitely, in my opinion, more of an open layout. It just works better with the couches that were on the deck. I have them next to each other, and they're by the fireplaces. Then I have these two chairs. Yes, they're old van chairs, but I think they kind of are cool, and they're durable. Then we have the white set that was over here, and I did have a little gathering earlier for a friend that was going away, and actually no one used this set here. I believe this spot will just be more usable. Actually, Jimmy, Jeff, and I were sitting here this morning just having a chat. I'm kind of glad I moved the furniture because I had been thinking about putting an island here and doing an outdoor kitchen, because we do hang out here for when I have guests and we do a potluck or a cookout. But yeah, I think the flow is much better this way. Definitely can host more people. One thing I didn't mention about this area is the fire pits, and this one is propane because I do have some friends that are sensitive to the smoke. So this gives them somewhere to sit and relax and be with our friends in a less smoky environment. Usually the wind blows in that direction, and that's where the smoke goes. Did anybody say garden party? Well, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me in my garden. I'm going to get some of this watered in, and hopefully we'll see you next time here on Garden Days. Don't forget, if you want to check out more videos, they'll be popping up on the screen now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe, you could do that now. There's the button.